Hello everyone, welcome to Bud's Smart Home. Today we're getting into Homey Dashboards, and I'm excited to introduce the dashboards to you. Today I'll give you an overview of the Homey Dashboard. We'll talk about setting up and accessing the dashboard. We'll explore the system widgets, and we'll also talk about app widgets, which can also be added to the dashboard. We'll look at dashboard connectivity and usage, and we'll talk about the timeline of the beta program and some planned improvements. And then we'll wrap up with how you get questions answered or give feedback regarding the dashboard. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll start, as I mentioned, with an overview of the dashboard. I'm in the Homey Community Forum, and we're looking at the article called Homey Dashboards Public Beta Mega Thread, which shows a picture of one dashboard that was created by Emil. And it also talks about how to get started. So this is the place you would go to get information and download the experimental release for either iOS or Android devices. If you're using an Android or an iOS phone, you're going to find dashboards in different locations. So I have a screen here which I'll pull up. I have my tablet displaying here on the left, and my iPhone is displaying on the right. So we'll look at navigating to the dashboard, the differences between these two. We'll start off with the easy one first. In the tablet, which is again on the left, you'll see down at the bottom there's a dashboard icon. You just tap on that and it goes directly to the dashboard menu. I've created 3 different dashboards that I can show you briefly, give you an idea of some of the things you can do. Let's navigate in the iPhone. To get to the dashboards, you go to More at the bottom right down here. Click on those 3 dots, and then you'll see Dashboard here in the list. So we'll go ahead and click on that, and you see the same created dashboards that I have. We'll look at featured dashboards in the iPhone. And here you'll see one of the 3 columns, and you'll see what I mean when I open this one on the iPad. So you're seeing that first column. So each dashboard has 3 columns, and then you can add apps or widgets in each of those columns. The difference in the iPhone, if you want to see all 3 columns, you just have to swipe through those. There's the middle column, and there's the 3rd column. Now this dashboard that I created, this first one, which I called Featured Dashboard, actually has 6 columns in it. So if I swipe, you'll see 3 additional columns, and you can access those on the iPhone simply by swiping across. So there's the 4th column, 5th column, and 6th column on the iPhone. Hopefully that all makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and close both of these dashboards, or the dashboard on my phone and also on my tablet. We'll look at the second one. So this is a little bit different, has some additional widgets, and this dashboard only has 3 columns. We go into that same dashboard on the phone, and you'll see those same 3 columns by swiping through. Okay, and we'll close both of those and go into a 3rd dashboard that I created, and this one simply has a lot of different rooms. And if I scroll down, you can see you can actually go and keep adding quite a bit in these columns so that there's more than what you see in the initial viewable screen. And I open that same dashboard on the phone, and you can see those same 3 columns on the phone as well. So it's nice to have the tablet. You see a lot more viewing area. I'm going to close out of the phone for right now, and we're going to spend some time showing you how to add these widgets to the dashboard. So actually, before we get into widgets, let me show you a really cool feature here. Let's go to the Home tab. My home screen is a custom dashboard, and you can customize your home screen by going down to the bottom. You see this customize button at the very bottom. Tap on that, and you can add widgets, and you can switch everything around just like you can in dashboards. And when you're done, simply tap the done button at the bottom, and you have your own custom dashboard giving the information that you need in your home screen. So that's pretty cool, and I wanted to point that out to you. All right, let's go back to dashboards. I'm going to go to the first dashboard that I showed you, which is called Feature Dashboard. That's one up here that has 6 columns and 17 widgets. So some of these widgets are system widgets and some are pulled in from apps. And there's a lot of developers working on various apps. So chances are your favorite app will be added at some point. Right now, there's a few that I'll show you in just a moment. But for right now, I want to show you how to edit. So I am going to go into the tablet side. See where this stylus is at the top? You just tap on that, and that allows you to edit. And you can add additional widgets. These are system widgets. They include devices, flow, moods, speakers, lights, insights, logic, camera, batteries, weather, family and guest, timeline, and web, which is basically an iframe you can bring a website into here. So a lot of functionality, and they're very easy to add. For instance, if I want to add favorite flows in here, I'll click on the favorites. You can elect to show a title, and you can change. Currently it says favorite flows. You can have that show or not show, and then you can add a widget, and those are my favorite flows from my main screen. I have a surveillance flow and a blinking light flow, and then you can run them after you hit done right from this menu. Let me show you some of the other functionality of some of these widgets. So I have devices up here, like I've created a virtual presence. This is at the top right of the tablet screen. So if I press and hold on there, I can show some of the information. So the presence is on currently, which indicates that I am currently present at home. I can show any related flows, and I can also show the history or the timeline. So there's a lot of information available. If I click on the surveillance, it shows we're currently in disarm mode, and I can actually change the mode from right on that screen there. The calendar that you see on the screen was brought in. That's my actual Google Calendar, and there's information on the forum on how to do that. It's fairly easy to do. The living room Echo Dot is a smart speaker. Basically, it's an Echo speaker, and I can control and play music from right here on the dashboard. And I can also go to the next song and that sort of thing from the dashboard. This time widget is from an app. The low batteries widget is a system app that you can bring in. It shows you current devices that have a low battery. The reminder sticky note is from an app, which I can show you a little bit later. And the pictures that you're seeing are from an app called Gallery. And then the family room is from the lights widget, and you can control either a single light or multiple lights in a room, so it's very versatile. Let's go across here to the other screen. So here you see all my devices. You can tell which lights are currently on. The family room desk light was off. I turned that on now. The light in the studio, the desk light in the studio, is currently on. I can turn that off. I don't know if you heard that click in the background. So you can actually access all the information related to this. You can see power usage and energy usage graphs right from this screen. So it's very versatile. Another thing about, let me show you, if I hit edit and you want to remove a device or remove a section, it's easy to remove that widget, and it confirms removal. Then if I want to add, say, devices back in, let's do selection. Select devices. Let's say I want all these in my family room, so we'll select all. Hit done. Now, what's nice about this is if you want to exclude certain devices, you can tap on them and you can remove them. And you can also reorder devices. Say, for instance, I want this Echo device I want it up at the top. So you can do that once you're happy with the order. I think it naturally orders them alphabetically, but if you don't like that, you can change the order and then just add the widget. And there you see all the devices there. So very easy to remove or add widgets. Let's go to a new screen. So to add a new dashboard, you just hit the plus sign at the top, add your first widget. Let's do a let's do an insight. All right, so you have the option to show title, and you can force dark mode on the widget itself, and we can select an insight. So let's see a device from Zone. Let's say kitchen, and I'm looking for my Zeus 4-in-1 motion sensor, which has battery, humidity, and temperature. Let's look at humidity, and let's go ahead and add that widget. So here you can see the temperature for the last hour. Say for instance we want to edit that, and rather than an hour we want a month. So we'll hit save on the month, and there you can see the data for the month. Let's add something else. We haven't talked about apps yet, so let's go into apps. So right now, the apps that I have in here are gallery, which again, you can put personal pictures of your family or whatever picture types you want, and then it'll go through them like a slideshow. I haven't tested Shally yet, but Widgie and clocks are really nice. In Widgie, you have the option to add an analog clock, a sticky note, and you can add some spacers, vertical spacers between your widgets within the dashboard. So let's add a sticky note, and you can call it whatever you want. I'm going to not show the title, and I'm just going to go ahead and add that widget. So to edit this, let's go ahead and hit done. Oh, we got to enter a dashboard name, so we'll just set test and save. All right. So I can go backspace on, take out that, and you can just type whatever you want. So hi and enter. And that's that easy to add text to your sticky note. Let's add another device. Hit edit, add a widget, and let's add a speaker. So we'll use a small speaker. We'll select the speaker. I'm going to select kitchen and hit done. So currently my wife is playing Moody Radio Cleveland, and you can see that pops up on the Echo Show. So I can pause that and change the settings on that as well. Let's hit done and see what options we have. If I click on this, so you can see that it's currently playing. You can adjust the volume. You can select news report, stop it, weather report, traffic report. So a lot of functionality in there. Let's hit edit again and add another widget. Let's add devices, the favorite devices. And so some of my favorite devices just populated on there. Let's add something else. Let's go with the apps again, and let's add a clock. And you can have the option to show numbers or not show numbers, show the second hand. We'll just add that widget. And there you see a working clock. Actually, I like some of the clocks in the other app that's called Clocks, because you have the option of several different types of clocks. And if you do a digital clock is the one I seem to prefer, we'll add that widget. And you can see not only the time, but also the date. The one thing I noted is that everything is in military time. It would be nice to have AM and PM reported, and it appears that that selection is currently not available. Other apps, let's see, the gallery app. So you can select the type of effect, slide, fade, or flip. And You can also adjust the delay. We'll add that widget. Now to get these pictures in there, you actually have to go into your Homey Pro screen, call up gallery, and then you can add and subtract pictures within the app on the screen. So pretty easy to add and subtract different widgets, either app widgets or the standard system widgets. And you get some really nice dashboards and create them very easily. Another thing I should show you here is how easy it is to readjust these widgets. So say for instance you don't like this particular layout and you like the sticky note to be over in column 3, you can simply drag it over there. And say for instance I want my gallery up there, you press and hold, drag that over. And maybe I want my analog clock up here, or maybe I decide that's too much and I want to get rid of that. So I can remove that easily, and that slides up the note so that everything's nice and organized. I see one other change I'd like to make. I'd like to bring these favorite devices over here and move my gallery pictures over to the center. So it's pretty easy to move things around and adjust things, hit done, and you're all set to go. We can close that out, and we have 4 dashboards here. So let's talk a little bit about dashboard connectivity and usage. The Homey Dashboard is not only designed for your home Wi-Fi, but it also can be accessed remotely. So if you're on vacation or just out and about, you can check your Homey Dashboard from anywhere that you have an internet connection. If you're at home on the same Wi-Fi as your Homey Pro, the dashboard doesn't require any external network connection, so you can get reliable, low latency local control. Let's talk about beta timeline and planned improvements. So what's next for Homey Dashboards? Homey plans to keep rolling out updates based on user feedback. While it's still in beta, they're focusing on polishing the performance on mobile and tablets. There has been an upgrade to the Homey App Store so that you can now see the various apps that are offered with the dashboard widgets. And yes, some of us are wondering whether this will come to the Homey web app. For now, Homey's focused on mobile, but you never know what the future holds. If you have questions or you want to give feedback, you need to check out the Homey forum. Again, I'll leave a link below for this forum so that you can check out some of the conversations that are going on and respond and give feedback. Obviously, since this is in beta, Homey is aware that bugs can pop up. They need to know about those, so you're encouraged to give user feedback. If you run into issues, you can hop into the community forum and let them know. Also, I would encourage you to give them a like and let them know if you're loving the dashboards. I'm sure that they will appreciate that sort of feedback as well. If you're testing the dashboard and you have questions, you can leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think about it, or I can possibly help you with troubleshooting. So that's your rundown on the new Homey Dashboard. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe as well to catch more smart home content and updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.